Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fellow citizens, residents, and friends, I'm here today to extend greetings as we, the Department of Youth Empowerment, launches its annual Youth Month in celebration of young people. In St. Kitts, Youth Month is typically celebrated in November following the month of older persons. This shift in generational focus from seniors to the youth illustrates generational transition of stewardship that is vital to our development as a people and nation. While we honored the contributions of our older persons in October, this year, in November, we seek to inspire and encourage our young people to take responsibility by recognizing and applying the lessons learned and skills gained from our senior stalwarts. As a youthful minister of youth empowerment and the aging, I stand at the intersection of generations with the vision of strengthening intergenerational relationships and bonds of mentorship and care between the youthful and the aged. As such, Youth Month activities have been planned to highlight partnerships with our seniors and differently abled. This year, we celebrate Youth Month under the theme, Taking Charge of Our Future, Creative, Focused, and Energized. And if my observations of the last month's activities are correct, then our young people are truly focused, energized, and already taking charge of our future. Rest assured that this government stands committed to empower and support our youth as they apply themselves toward achieving a prosperous and resilient future. Youth Month represents the annual climax of major programming within the Department of Youth Empowerment. The month features a series of initiatives that celebrate and expose the diverse communities of youth, their interests, their skills, passions, contributions, and their potential. We welcome all persons and organizations to join in the celebration of our nation's greatest asset, our young people. Youth Month celebrations align with the federal youth policy and the government's commitment to our nation's youth, particularly as it relates to mainstreaming youth and youth perspectives across all spheres of decision-making and to facilitate and celebrate youth excellence. We began this month of activities with the traditional church service in thanksgiving to God and His mercies and blessings upon young people of the Federation. This year, we will see an explosion of youth energies across several exciting events, each uniquely designed to channel the creativity, passion, and talents of our youth into things that they love and that challenge them and celebrate them at the same time. One such activity on the Youth Month schedule is the annual Island Bike Ride. This activity seeks to engage the young people and young at heart to get active and take a leisurely group bike ride around the island to appreciate our natural environment. I encourage all able-bodied persons to register for this event and challenge yourself to accomplishing the full ride. It is a great experience for families and friends to enjoy together. The department thanks the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force and the Defense Force for accompanying the riders and the St. Kitts and Nevis Red Cross for providing first aid assistance if necessary. I'd also like to take this opportunity to encourage all road users to drive with extra care on the morning of November 6th as the riders make their way around the island starting at 6 a.m. More immediately, on November 4th, the Departments of Youth Empowerment, Social Services, Education, and Sports are partnering to host a fun day for youth with disabilities who attend the Cotton Thomas Comprehensive School. I look forward to the smiles and laughter that are sure to fill the air on that day of fun games and activities. Following this fun day, our differently abled youth will also benefit from an experience of dolphin engagement courtesy of the Discovery Pack. This would be a new event that is expected to be a life-changing experience for the young people involved. Youth Month is not only about fun and games, but we also seek to cultivate civic responsibility, volunteerism, and service among our young people by scheduling multiple youth service days throughout the month. Youth Service Days are designated days where schools, students, and youth-led and youth-serving organizations are encouraged to identify a community need that they could address and design and implement meaningful interventions. Simple but meaningful activities could include assisting the elderly or differently abled, community beautification initiatives, plastic bottle recycling drives, or beach cleanups. Environmental stewardship is vital for youth development since preserving our environment is necessary to ensure that our Twin Island state continues to exist in spite of the threats of climate change. During Youth Month, we partner with the Ministries of Tourism, Environment, Marine Resources, and the Caribbean Youth Environment Network to do coastal cleanups at Majors Bay. Other environmental engagements, such as hikes, tree plantings, beach and seabed cleanups, are also scheduled throughout the month to give everyone an opportunity to take part in preserving our natural environment. I'd like to encourage everyone to support these initiatives since they are necessary for building our resilience as a Caribbean island state. Notably, on November 9th, young culinary artists will compete among their peers across the various high schools in the High School Cook-Off competition for the right to represent their respective school at the annual High School Chef competition. This would be followed by the exciting Bake-Off Wars, which will feature competing teams of youth and senior competitors, each vying for the title of top bakers. On November 15th, I'm excited to host an interactive and fruitful discussion with youth from across St. Kitts and Nevis at the Ministers Youth Forum. The Ministers Youth Forum is an opportunity for young people to engage with me, the minister, directly as I seek to learn and understand the needs and concerns of the young people. So I'd like to encourage those attending this event to bring your comments, questions, and suggestions for a fruitful discussion as we identify and shape solutions to the challenges of the day together. As the Ministry of Youth Empowerment seeks to empower our young people, we want to ensure that empowerment is holistic and that our young people are adequately prepared to respond appropriately to whatever life throws at them. Hence, our ongoing partnership with the St. Kitts and Nevis Red Cross Society to facilitate first aid and CPR certification training on November 19th and 20th for registered youth organizations. Each registered organization with the Department of Youth is encouraged to have at least 2 active members certified in first aid and CPR, and the Department of Youth Empowerment is pleased to facilitate the certification every year. Youth organizations are encouraged to contact the department to register representatives for any remaining training spots. To close out the month of activities, we are hosting the annual Pamela Wall Raise Youth Voices High School Choir Festival, which takes place on November 29th. This event showcases the choral talents of young people who take interest in music. We encourage every lover and advocate of music and high school supporters to secure yourself a ticket for this exciting mix of youth talent across multiple arts, including song, dance, music, visual arts, and more, for a string of creative performances as several high schools compete for the coveted bragging rights. May the best voices win. To conclude, on November 30th, the Federal Parliament will convene in a special sitting to honor this year's 25 most remarkable teens. I encourage each of us who are unable to attend the ceremony in person to tune in and celebrate this year's cohort of remarkable awardees for their exceptional achievements thus far in their young lives. The Most Remarkable Teen Ceremony will be followed by our Youth Service Day Awards cocktail on December 1st. As the final event in the schedule, we welcome youth groups and organizations to come together as we acknowledge, thank, and honor youth who make efforts to lead, give back, and work in service to our communities and nation. As I close, I wish to express thanks to the youth officers in the Department of Youth Empowerment for planning and coordinating this month of activities. Special thanks are also extended to all our partners and sponsors for your donations and contributions. As we look ahead towards the future, I envision a St. Kitts and Nevis where young people are encouraged and nurtured into leaders who have a strong sense of community and civic responsibility. We ought to direct our attention and efforts to protecting our psyches and nurturing the skills and competencies that allow every young person to take charge of their lives in healthy and responsible ways. Facilitating youth engagement through the inclusion of youth voices and perspectives at every level of decision-making is a commitment of this government administration. And today, we celebrate the launch of Youth Month to celebrate and honor the valuable assets young people are to our nation's development and sustainability. Happy Youth Month and enjoy the activities. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to your support and engagement throughout the month.